Passover. Passover, Sabbath.
You
don't
said
get
face
money
it out?
with the bill.
I face it towards you.
They don't. They want to see. Yeah, they don't need to see. Well, you can. Yeah, let them see everybody. Is it on?
Yeah.
Oh, praise
You're
the
live.
Okay, good. You good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, praise. Oh, good. So basically, everything that is being done right now is the Most High truly refining His people. I want to go ahead and keep reading. So Judah is the king. So what happened was when Levi ended up losing that what we call the priesthood, this is why they delivered up Yeshua to Pontius Pilate and Herod. They did not want him to take away the Sabbath days, as they said, or they didn't want their money to stop. Yeah. They knew once he came to power that nobody's going to be bringing them tithes in the 10%, because now you go through him. They knew that once he came on the scene, the scapegoat ritual would not work anymore. They knew when he came on the scene that why? What is going on? Now we cast lots, that stopped working. Why? Because now we call on the Holy Spirit. It's a renewed covenant now. Now, under this new covenant of the 144,000, it says it's a nation of kings, priests, and prophets. What does that mean? That simply means that now, instead of being a carnal priesthood, it's one that's ordained from the Most High. He ordained us to be kings, priests, and prophets on the earth. So it's our job to act that way. Let's keep reading.
The tribe of Reuben, number 12,000. Significance: firstborn, lost birthright. The tribe of Gad, 12,000. Significance: overcoming tribulation.
So we know that Reuben, when he supped with Belha, he lost the birthright. So we know that Joseph got double portion. But he's still picking 12,000 for Reuben's plan. We also got Gad, and we know that Gad had his own issues as well. But Gad is symbolic of what?
Overcoming and tribulation.
Asher.
12,000. Prosperity and blessing.
And so when you deal with the tribe of Asher, whatever these children were around, it says in their spirit, those children, that they would bring prosperity and blessing in places of no blessing and no prosperity.
The tribe of Naphtali, 12,000. Speed and swiftness.
Now, we know that Jacob's son Naphtali, when Esau told him that they couldn't marry Jacob in the cave of Mamre, he said, you know what, let me get my nephew Naphtali. It was a 3-day journey, but they knew Naphtali would be back probably about 5 hours. Naphtali was faster than any stag. A stag is a horse. He was so fast that he could run on ears of corn and not one would bend. Matter of fact, they used to show everybody put eggs on the ground. They said, Naphtali, run over them real quick and show them they won't break. And he was so fast, he'd run over and they wouldn't break. So each one of us, being the remnant, we have a percentage of their power, but we're nothing like the original. But when we turn, instead of burn, we're going to be the original. Oh, praise.
The tribe of Manasseh, 12,000. Forgetting affliction.
So Manasseh, their whole heritage is, and their spirit is about forgetting and the affliction. They're about healing and helping the people to heal. They are children or people who help the people heal with their affliction. And another thing, those who forget. But we know that we need no man teach us anything, that the Ruach Hakodesh does what? It brings all things back to remembrance. All praise to the Most High. So originally, these are the gifts that these tribes had. But guess what? We all right now, through the grace of the Holy Spirit, partake of all these gifts. All praise.
All praise. The tribe of Simeon, 12,000. Hearing and obedience.
Now, I know a lot of people in Jamaica say that the children of Jamaicans are the children of Simeon. A lot of them say that they can trace their ancestors back to Simeon. It says that it goes into hearing and obedience. Now, I remember a time when I was looking into different religions, just trying to find my way, as we all have. And I remember that every time I try to pick up some music, Salt and Pepper, now I'm old enough to be y'all age right now. Run DMC and all this stuff and all the heavy D and back in my day, and I was like, man, all this music, they just keep talking about sex and they keep talking about things that are not right. And so what I would do, I would listen to reggae. And reggae, they was talking about Jah, talking about the Most High, talking about, that we are the children of the Most High. I'm like, what? And now I kind of get when it says that they hear and they're obedient, because one thing they never did, they never forgot who they came from and where they came. Now, the only thing about it, they will worship what you call Selassie. Now, we'll tell you that Selassie has nothing to do with our people. He was from Cush. He had nothing to do with our people. And the Queen of Sheba never slept with Solomon. That was one of the, it's not even in the book. That is something that came up. So once you actually know these things, you actually start even realizing how they're being refined and the things how we are. We're not, you say even elect to be tricked if they know, but we read our books. We know that when Sheba went to Solomon, she could believe his beauty and his wealth. She thought that his servants was Solomon. She said, oh, look at Solomon. Oh my God, he's so beautiful. They said, no, this is one of his servants. They all wear gold. And so when she realized it, she took him gold and she took him all types of gifts. And then she saw his kingdom and he explained everything. But then she went home. Some kind of way that story got twisted. But I want to get to that. Levi.
The tribe of Levi, the priesthood.
So we know, as we just talked, Levi was the earthly priesthood. 20 years he took office, 75 he retired. Oh, praise
the tribe of Issachar, understanding the time.
So Issachar, remember when we talked about soothsaying, fortune telling, tarot cards and those things? A lot of people say, you know what? You know, the zodiac signs represent Israel because the zodiac signs represent the 12 tribes. But we had nothing to do with trying to read and tell what tomorrow will bring. Because the scriptures tell us that no man knows what tomorrow is, only the Most High. So we never did those things. But one thing we did do, we understood the signs in the heavens. We understood the stars and the moon. We could read them and know what was going on. Just like Joseph, when he told Benjamin, bring me the star chart. Can you read it? And Benjamin said, yeah. He said, Jacob has taught me everything about all this stuff. So he divided the chart north, south, east, and west. And when he did that, he looked up in the heavens. He looked back at the chart. He looked at the heavens. He looked at the chart. And he said, Joseph sits on the throne. He said, you rightly divided. I'm your brother Joseph. Now, when I first heard that, I started crying, to be honest with you. And I was actually reading it. And I was like, wow. So one thing about Issachar were the children who were taught with the stars and the signs. They understood the movements of the stars. They understood Pleiades and Orion and the systems that were in the heavens. They understood everything that was going on so they could tell the children the signs, the times that they were in. These were people who were well versed in the heavenly astrology, what they call astrology today. We didn't call it that. We called it signs and wonders in the heavens.
The tribe of Zebulun, builders of the nation.
Wow. Well, when you start reading about Zebulun, you learn that Zebulun had real talent in building. They were mighty builders of hewn stone and also woodwork. So Zebulun were the ones who would teach. You know, and I think when you look at the Americas, and I want everyone to remember that the Americas, also Russia and other places called Tartaria. Well, who are those people who taught to build those beautiful buildings? It was Jacob's children. And believe me, I believe that Zebulun had a lot to do with the tribes because they had ancient history, ancient knowledge of building buildings. Remember, they invented the light office, the light bill, but we invented free energy. We had buildings with free ether on top. We had buildings when they came into our towns that they lit up. They had national fairs, and the fairs were vast. They would show all our beautiful. One building was 24 acres made of nothing but crystal. And when they would hit a frequency, they said it would get rid of sickness. And when people had broken bones, it would even reset their bones. So when Esau, Edom, Rome came in, one thing they had to do, they said something. When you read these books, when you read the donkey and the camel, which is represented by Rome and Edom, you'll learn something. That they in the last days would have the children of Israel amongst them. That's that Mari clay within the 10 toes. 10 toes represents Rome and also Edom. The Mari clay of the nations in between. But it says when these things would happen, that these children, a great stone will be hewn out of a mountain and cast and break it up. Well, we are those children. Your feet are going to be made like hides. Did we just say to Naphtali, the run over eggshells? Well, that's how y'all are going to be, those who are found worthy. Then he said, going to make us a battle axe. Well, what do you think we were when we was with Moses and took out 25 nations? What do you think we were when we were with Joshua and took out 31? We are those children who set the world straight. When we went array, the whole world went array. And this is why everything's gone back.
The tribe of Joseph, Edom and Manasseh.
So we know that Joseph got double portion because of what Reuben did. And so Joseph has a double portion in the kingdom, Ephraim and Manasseh. And one thing about that, when we talk about the children who were the Americas, and when we read the Book of Mormon, it goes into Joseph's children. It actually tells you how they came to the Americas and how when they came here, there was a lot of battles with the Levites and the Lamanites. That book goes hand in hand with the book of the Jews. Joseph's children got double portion, and this is why a lot of their children were here in the land of milk and honey. The Most High set them straight, and he brought them here to Azareth. This is the land that the seeds were fell for a year and a half in the time of Hosea. And he brought those 10 and a half tribes here. But in 70 AD, Joseph's children made a journey here. And when they came is when the temple was rent. And they set up many places, but there was many battles. They fought against their brothers that was here already. So saying that, Joseph's children had a double portion.
And they represented fruitfulness.
Yes.
Significance.
Because one thing about Joseph's children, they have a lot of children. Joseph's children breed. Y'all see a brother and sister with 10 children? That must be Joseph, baby. That boy got how many kids over there? Oh, boy, that's got to be Manasseh, boy. You know, because you know Joseph's children, they keep having babies. But you got to remember Manasseh, them when they was in Egypt. You know, Ephraim and Manasseh sent 40,000 people out trying to go out early. And it didn't work well for them, did it? Why? Because they tried to hasten the times. You cannot speed up what the Most High has already said. He has a preset time for everything on this earth. And whenever you try to speed it up, you end up losing your life, just like all of Manasseh's children. Why? Because the Most High says on his time, his ways are equal, and our ways are unequal. All praises. Go ahead.
The tribe of Benjamin, the warriors.
Benjamin was the youngest brother. He was Joseph's brother. Benjamin and Joseph had the same mother. And one thing about Benjamin, when Benjamin came, and he came into the city of Egypt, Joseph said something to him. He said, Ben-Yahu, which means Benjamin, come sit on my right-hand side. It was symbolic of the Messiah sitting on the right-hand side of the Most High. And Benjamin was perplexed, and his brothers looked like, why would he ask that dude? Why would he ask our brother to come sit next to him? Why would the Pharaoh do that? But they had no idea that was his brother. But one thing about Benjamin, when Joseph's wife Asareth, when they went out to go out, his brothers had plotted to take her life. 4 of them didn't want her to live. Read this in the book of Joshua. They didn't want her to live, so they was going to plot to take her out. But what did Benjamin do? Benjamin grabbed some rocks. He grabbed 5 rocks, and he hurled them at some of these warriors that was coming at them, and boom, he took them down. Benjamin was bigger and stronger than most of his brothers. Benjamin was a tribe of warriors, but we know that also Israel came against the tribe of Benjamin. When one of our ancestors had a wife, and they took her and they ravished her, as the Most High said. When they did that, he took her body, split 5 ways, and sent to 4 parts of the earth. The children of Benjamin, all the tribes came against them, and they went to battle against them. Benjamin is the smallest of the tribes. So, of all the tribes, but they were the most fierce of the tribes. Remember, Saul was from the tribe of Benjamin as well. Saul, who Samuel, when you talk about Samuel, all praise.
So each tribe has a significant role in the kingdom, ensuring balance in the rulership.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Okay. The biblical patterns of the 144,000. The 144,000 appears in prophetic patterns throughout Scripture. Moses appointed 12 leaders over the 12 tribes.
Yes.
All right, that's in Numbers 1 and 44.
Let's go ahead and read Numbers 1 and 44. I got you right here. Let's see here. I'm going to read. These are those that were numbered, which Moses and Aaron numbered, and the princes of Israel, being 12 men, each was of the house of his fathers. So 12 is prophetic, and this number keeps coming up over and over and over in history. Go ahead.
All right. David appointed 24,000 soldiers times 6 division.
All right.
And that's in First Chronicles.
We don't have to read it.
Okay,
Okay, that's in First Chronicles 27, 1 through 15.
1 through 15.
Go ahead.
The New Jerusalem has 12 gates and 12 foundations.
Equals what?
That's
144. All praises.
All right, the prophetic insight, the 144,000 are the righteous government that will rule under Yahusha HaMashiach.
Yes. The 24 elders and their role in the kingdom. 24 elders in Revelation 4 and 4 represent two governing bodies. Two, the 12 patriarchs, which represent what? The old covenant. And then you also got the 12 what? Apostles, which represent what? The renewed covenant. Together, it makes 24 elders. And we know that the foundation of the new kingdom, when we go to Revelation 21, that's coming down to the earth, whose name is written on the foundation?
12 tribes.
The 12 apostles. 12 apostles, all praise to the Most High. They will sit on the thrones judging and governing Israel. We can get this in Matthew 19 and 28. Go to Matthew 19. We got it right here.
Okay,
Good,
so
28. All right, 19. Let's go to 28. All praises. Go ahead and read.
Okay. The book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 28.
Read the 34.
Okay. And Yahusha said unto them, Amen, I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the resurrection, when the Son of Adam shall sit in the throne of his glory.
What did you just say? Say it again.
That ye which have followed me in the restoration.
In the what?
In the
That's what
restoration.
he's doing right now, restoring us. Go ahead.
When the Son of Adam shall sit in the throne of his glory.
Yes.
Ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones,
Come on.
judging the 12 tribes of Yasharel.
All praises. Go ahead. What you got?
Okay. Verse 29. And everyone that has forsaken houses, or brethren, or
Now,
sisters.
this is so important. Too many people are trying to save everybody. Too many people are holding on to people who don't want the word. Too many people are trying, you understand, to make a chicken an eagle. You can't make somebody something they ain't. If they're going to peck in their boot, they're going to peck in it. Your job is not to do that. Your job is to set a seed. You know what the Holy Spirit does? That's who calls those who walk right, talk right, and who think right. So you don't know how they're thinking. You don't know how they're walking. And when they leave you, you don't even know what they're saying. But the Most High knows. Did not Yeshua say, when I leave you, heaven and earth will testify against you? Go ahead.
And everyone that has forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or woman,
Did y'all hear that?
or child,
Did y'all hear that?
or land,
Did y'all hear that?
for my name's sake,
For whose name's sake?
for my name's sake,
Go ahead.
shall receive 100-fold,
Shall receive what?
100-fold.
So stop worrying about them. Y'all keep worrying about people who don't care about you. Obviously, they ain't listening to you say. Obviously, they don't want to be in the kingdom with you. So when you have loved ones, even when you got your children, I'm sorry to say this to you guys, but you won't know them in the kingdom. You won't even know they existed. The Most High is not going to let you remember anything of this earth because he's taking that away from us. So stop holding on to them. Remember that you're going to be judged by yourself on Judgment Day. They will not be with you. Read 28 again, 29 again.
Okay.
29.
And everyone that has forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or women, or children, or land, for my name's sake,
Come on.
shall receive 100-fold,
You're gonna get 100-fold.
and shall inherit everlasting life.
Can we make sure we hand out the unleavened bread and the wine, please?
Yes.
While we sit here? Ladies, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Verse 30.
Verse 30. But many that are first shall be last,
Come on.
and the last shall be first.
So we know right now on this earth we're last. But y'all remember, we used to be first. So what he's going to do, he's going to take these ones in the last state and bring us to the first state. He's got to spiritually resurrect us first. That's why we're here. We've been spiritually resurrected by the Holy Spirit that's coming to our temple. And then later, he's going to do a physical resurrection. But you got to get that spiritual one first before you can ever receive that physical. All right. So we're going to break that away from that. Hold on. We're going to 8:30. We'll do that again. Oh, there we are right now. I'll see you right here. All right, so what happens to the 144 prophecy? 144 is set apart for a special purpose. Revelation 7, 3 and 4 says they are sealed by Yahuwah before judgment. Revelation 14, 1 and 5. It says they stand with Yahushua on Mount Zion. These people will be standing, which I pray that we are worthy to do that on Mount Zion. I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to say it again. I just want to get my big toe refreshed. I just want to be able to get in. I don't care what position, title, place. I just don't want to be here no more. This place don't like us. It doesn't want us here. And we are aliens here. Because we come from that world. Brought here to stray this world, but we went to stray ourselves. So now this world's out of order. So that's why so many people leaving this earth right now at record rates. Because they're going back to where they came from. But when they open their eyes, there's a judgment coming. Go ahead, read.
Revelation 5 and 9. They are kings and priests ruling the nations. Right? Yeah. They will reign over the earth under Yahusha for 1,000 years.
Did y'all get that? For 1,000 years, we're going to be under the tutelage of Yahusha. You know why? Don't we have to learn how to be kings, priests, and prophets? Don't we have to learn how to be holy? Look at what we learned over these 3,000 years. Look at all those horrible things we've learned. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm embarrassed as a person I used to be a long time ago. I mean, I look at the things I did out of ignorance and say, Abba, thank you for bringing me where I'm at right now. Look where we are right now. Look at the brotherly love that's in this place. Isn't it beautiful? Come on. Look how everyone's dressed in here. If you go on the street, look at how our women dress. I saw a brother walking around the other day with his pants halfway down his leg, with a brown stain in the back. So what I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. It's embarrassing to the Most High when He scattered His children, the state that we've come. But look at what He's bringing us now. He's cleaning us up. He's washing us. Oh, praise Him. The role of the 144,000 in Jerusalem. Go ahead, Al.
They will teach the Torah to the nations.
So, you guys been taught that the laws are done away with. But the Most High says that we're going to teach the Torah to the nations.
We will execute judgment on the wicked.
We will execute judgment on the wicked. That's why we'll be on battle axe and on feet like hinds, because we have a job to do in the end. Go ahead.
We will lead in worship and governance.
We will lead. All nations are going to come to Jerusalem. We're going to lead in worship, and more than anything, we are the new world order. We're the government that's going to be ruled. Us, the Egyptians, and the Assyrians. 3 sets. That's the rulership in the new kingdom. Go ahead.
In essence, Israel will be the spiritual and political rulers of the earth.
There will be what up?
Spiritual and
There will be
political.
what up?
Spiritual and political.
Did y'all hear that? It says spiritual first.
Yeah.
That's right.
Did y'all hear that? We're going to be spiritual leaders. How can you be spiritual leaders when you're walking in a carnal way? You got to come out these carnal ways, folks. Because if you're not, you can never be a leader in the kingdom. You got to remember, even though we're a nation of kings, priests, and prophets, that means that we have 144,000 in our nation. But do you know that each one of us is called the children of the light? When you go out, everyone's going to be asking you things. All nations are going to look at you as gods. That's why Yeshua said, did I not say you are gods? We'll be immortal. They will not be immortal. When you go to Ezekiel 44, 42, 43, 44, 45, you will learn that there's going to be a new temple built just for the Gentiles. And there's going to be sacrifices, ceremonies. The Levites who went away from the Most High, they're going to be ministering to them. But the Essenes, the ones who gave us the Dead Sea Scroll, they're going to be ministering to the Most High Yeshua. So there's going to be a temple, but we are the ones who to give them understanding. But how can we get it if we don't have it? Go ahead.
The 144,000 and their connection to Yahusha. In Revelation 14 and 4, they followed the Lamb wherever he goes.
Where what?
Wherever he goes.
Oh, praise to the Most High.
In John 17 and 7, they are sanctified in truth.
Yes. Yes. They're sanctified in what?
In truth.
How are you sanctified? If you're a liar, a thief, an effeminate, you cut off the stones. You're doing, then the Most High said, who changed the truth into a lie? Romans 1:24. So what he's saying is, if you're doing any of these things, go ahead, read off.
Ephesians 2 and 20. They are built upon Yahushua's foundation.
So these children are walking in truth. By walking in truth, that means they have a solid foundation. You can't move us. That's what he means, Yahuwah means nail in hand. When you got a nail in your hand, and he showed me, when the Most High came to my house, I didn't eat for 9 days. And I told my wife, you keep showing me a nail in my hand. I keep seeing a nail in my hand. I didn't even know what his name meant at the time. Now I get it. It means that we're grounded and we cannot be moved. We got that cornerstone, which is Yahshua. Oh, praise it.
Israel are the first fruits of the kingdom, walking in complete obedience.
Yes. Now, my question to all of you right now. Are y'all ready to rule? Yes, are you ready to rule? Yes, because that's what's coming next. Are you sure? Have you put change in your life?
Yes.
You taking pride in going in the garbage can, right?
Yes.
You taking 11 out of your house, right?
Yes.
Now you taking 11 out of your life, right?
Yes.
Oh, praise to the Most High. My next question, the main question. If we're the lawgivers, are you keeping the Torah? The first 5 books? That you were told that the laws were done away with. He said, my people perish for lack of knowledge. For 3,000 years, Jacob has had real trouble. Because we've been taught by everybody that the laws are done away. If the laws are done away with, then how do we sin? That means there's no sin. Are you striving for righteousness? That's the next question. Are you striving to walk in righteousness? Are you striving to say every day, Abba, forgive me of the things I've done. Forgive me of the things I've said. Forgive me of the people I've even been treated in my life. I'm embarrassed at some of these things I've done. And every day I struggle with things. But every day that I struggle, you keep lifting me back up. Every time that I say, can you forgive me? You forgive me. Then I remember you said, how many times you forgive your brother? 7 times 70. But then I remember something else. He said that with us, there's a stop loss for our sin. Because you broke these laws in our body. And at some point, we got to stop doing the things that brought us to where we've been. Which is a dead end. The dog can keep chasing his tail. A pig can keep going back to his vomit. But Israel, we are not those people. We are a holy people, a lawful people, a righteous people. But we only become those people when we walk right and talk right. Are you prepared to reign in the kingdom? All praises.
All praise
to the Most High.
All
I
praise.
want to give y'all that. 144,000. Who we are, where we came from, and where we're going. I got a couple of precepts I want to read. Before we, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Yeah. So I want to go ahead and read. We're going into twilight. So we're going to read a couple of precepts before we partake of the bread, before we partake of the wine. All praises. All right. All right, so let's go to 1 Corinthians. Take time, go to 1 Corinthians. Take your time. We're going to go to 1 Corinthians chapter 11. We're going to start at 19, and then we're going to take it to 28. You don't have your tabs, that's why. You got cheap. You got cheap, and you got no tabs. Boy, that book too big, boy. All praises, but you got it. Thank y'all.
I'm at 11.
All praises, all praises. Go to 19, please. Can you see those words, or you want to read from here?
I got it. 19.
You sure now? Oh, you got glasses?
Yeah, I got glasses.
Okay, you saw it out there. Go ahead.
The book of 1 Corinthians.
There real quick. I'm not even there yet. All praise to the Most High. We can start at 19. Start at 19. We're going to take it to, let me see. When I get there, I'll know exactly. About 20. Yeah, I think we're going to take it to 26 or so. Well, let me just go there real quick and make sure. Corinthians chapter, let me see where I'm at again. Let me see.
Chapter 11.
Yeah, okay, 11, 19. Cool beans. Okay, we're going to read 1 Corinthians chapter 11, 19, and then when we go ahead and get ready to partake of the wine and bread, we're going to go to Matthew 26. All right? Well, let's go ahead and start with 1 Corinthians chapter 11. Let's start at 19.
Okay, verse 19. For there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved.
You know what? Let's read the whole thing. Y'all know me. I can't help it. I want to pour it in the ladder. If it ain't poured in the ladder, you know what I'm saying? Ain't on the platter. Ain't no food. Ain't no food. Yeah, so the first verse.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11,
Go ahead.
verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Mashiach.
Yes.
Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I deliver them to you.
This is Paul. Paul is telling them, hey, listen, as I, be a father of Mashiach, you need to be. But also, you need to keep in remembrance all things that you've been taught. Don't let it go. If you let it go, he's going to let you go. Go ahead.
Verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Mashiach is Elohim.
So that's an order. Every woman here needs to be humble, and every man needs to be humble as well and not be a lion in his house. There's an order in your home. The child answers to the mother. The mother answers to who? Her husband. And her husband answers to who? Yahusha. And he answers to the Most High. So there's an order. And when you don't follow that order, your house is out of order. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Every man praying or prophesying has his head down. Having his head down, dishonors his head.
Y'all hear that? Every man or woman that prays or what? Prophesy. How many times have we in the past in church that pray with their head down? But what does the scripture say you're supposed to do? Is the Most High in Sheol or is he in the heavens? So where should we be speaking to? All right, let's bring it out. Go ahead,
Verse 5. Not every woman who prays or prophesies with an uncovered head disgraces the head itself.
Because just because she don't have her head covered, that don't disgrace her, but it's something else that does disgrace her. Go ahead.
But it is a disgrace for those who are shaven.
But if a woman's head is shaven, now that is a disgrace. Go ahead.
For if the woman is sheared, yet wholly covered, such women are not obscene when wholly covered.
So basically what he's saying is if your head is shaven, but if you cover it with a scarf, you're not ashamed. There's no shame to him. You're not bringing reproach to yourself. If you got your head shaven because your hair is your covering. So if you have long hair, but you know what we wear, our ladies wear our hair and they wear scarves to show the modesty. It shows that they're modest and their beauty's on the inside, not the outside. That's why women cover their heads, even if they have long hair. Go ahead.
Verse 7. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and the glory of Elohim, but the woman is the glory of the man.
And this is why when a man prays, he must have the crown of his head open. It must be open so that it can be received by the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 8. For the man is not of the woman,
Come on,
but the woman of the man.
say it again. Say it again.
But the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man.
I need to hear that. Y'all heard that? Sure, you heard that, right? Now, you're like this for what? Saying that, we did not inherit death on this earth because of Eve. We inherited death because that man listened to that woman. His house was what? Out of order. But if he would have been in order and would have not listened to her, we wouldn't be where we are today. But it was all played out. It had to happen that way. The Most High planned those things before the earth was ever made. You got to remember when you read the book of Adam and Eve, as my brother was talking about last night, Brother Asher, he's like, man, Adam, they messed up 50 times. Boy, they kept messing up. I said, well, no, Adam, he only, he tried to get it. No, he was right. But the thing is this, Adam did tell Eve, you know what, I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of what we going through. You go in that river over there and I'm going to go sit in this. Don't move. We don't mess up and we keep fooling us. He ain't going to fool us again. Whatever you do, don't move when Satan come at you. Adam sitting there chilling, Next day he come eat. Oh, Lord. Then woman, how long must I suffer thee? That's what Yeshua said. How long must I suffer you? When his mama asked him to touch the water, make it wine. Adam like, Lord, this woman. This is why the Most High told us, remember that the woman's a weak vessel. That's why sometimes I can see my wife get short with me or doing things. But you know what I do? I smile, I laugh. I'll make my little smart remark. But what I do is I realize that sometimes little things are said or done to draw you in, to bring division. And I don't allow that. What I do is laugh, play it off. Because you handle people according to knowledge. When you love the person you with, and I love me some Michelle Renee Hager. You learn to work with what you got because nobody here is perfect. And if you think you are perfect, you're in the wrong world. All right? Work with what you got. Everybody's a diamond in the rough. You need to chisel, work for it. And if you want a pearl, you got to dig deep. You got to dive in the ocean. You got to go deep. You got to find a certain oyster, and then you got to pry it open. Same thing when you get a spouse. Nobody here is perfect. Stop trying to have a perfect person in an imperfect world. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
Yes.
For this cause ought the woman to have power on her,
You said it.
Yeah, for the cause ought to have the woman to have power on her head because of the
So
angel.
he says for this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angel. Let me ask you a question. When the Most High made the earth, we know 6 days made man. But when he made the earth, he had all animals come and bow before who? Before who? I ain't heard nothing. All right. Only one creature would not come before Adam. Which was that? That's why he said, be wise as a serpent, but gentle as a dove. Now, if every man bowed before Adam, who did the woman come from? Who'd she come from? That's why she got power on her head over the angels. Y'all got it? She came from the one that was ordained by the Most High to have power over them. But we serve angels, gods, and demigods. Go ahead, keep reading on.
Verse 11. Nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman, neither the woman without the man in Yahuwah.
Yes.
For as the woman is of the man, even so is the man also by the woman, but all things of Elohim.
Oh, it's his doing. Go ahead.
Judge in yourselves, is it comely that a woman prays to Elohim uncovered?
No, it's not. Go ahead.
Does not even nature itself teach you that if a man has long hair, it is a shame to him?
Now, saying that doesn't mean that a man cannot have locks. But what he's saying is something else. What he's saying is when you have a guy walk off and he turned around and his hair looked like a woman, you don't know if it's a man or a woman that you're looking at. So that man needs to have his hair cut at a certain length when you know it's a guy. Because if he's wearing it all the way down to his feet, you know that you walking around, you might walk up on the roof, hey sis, turn around. What's up, bro? Oh, man, my bad. Hey, my bad. Hey, man, well, you can do it out, bro. You know? So this is what the Most High is telling us. You know, you need to look like a man. You need to dress like a woman. What, read?
Okay, verse 15. But if a woman has long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering.
That's beautiful. And y'all know that the women lost that. Y'all lost that. When y'all look at other nations, other gods, and start doing everything wrong, he took your hair away. He said, I'm going to give you baldness of the scalp. And then he said, I'm going to give you baldness of the crown. That's part of a sickness that he gave our women. Then he said that you'll no longer have a built-in girdle like Sarah at 99 years old. I'm going to give you a sackcloth when you get there. Then he said another thing. No longer will you have a menstruation when it smells like roses and herbs like it did with the elders. He said, I'm going to give you stench. Then he says, I'm going to give you birthing pains when you have a baby. Because all of y'all, he said, ain't do right. So, and we got our issues too. Lord knows we do. Go ahead.
Verse 16. But if any man seems to be contentious, we have no such custom, neither to call out assembly of we have no such custom, neither the called out assemblies of Elohim.
What does contentious mean? Always going back and forth, arguing. When you got people around you doing that stuff, get rid of them. Go, leave them. Y'all see me, when they come on my channel with a boo or who, I say, I don't know you. And click, they get Mr. Click. I put jet wings on quick, because this is a body that's in order. Whenever you arguing and going back and forth, you're out of order. And nobody can learn anything. All you got is noise, white noise. But the Most High is a house of order. He's a house of laws, judgments, statutes. And more than anything, he gave us straightway commandments. He commanded us not to be around anybody with contention. If when you take your peace, which is that word, they don't accept, keep the dust off your feet, keep it moving. Stop going back into that house and getting your shoes dirty all over again. And not knowing how to shake them off. Shake them off. You can't change it. It's not your job. It's the Most High's job to change people. You send a seed. We're seed bearers. We are Abraham's children. the seed bearers. Go ahead.
Verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Now in this that I declare to you, I praise you not, that ye come together not for the better, but for the worse.
Not for the better, but for the what?
For the worse.
Come on now.
For first of all, when ye come together in the assembly, I hear that there be division among you.
Come on.
And I partly believe it.
And this is why we can't have division. We can't have it when you're being stumbled. This is one of the ladies' prayer line when I realized that we had a couple of people being stumbled because you had certain individuals getting on there and how do I say it? No wisdom. That's the only thing because they didn't know no better. They meant well. You start stumbling people. And this is why when I got brothers who come on and I see they got contention, I get rid of them immediately. There has to be order in the Most High's house. Go ahead.
Verse 19. For there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you.
Did y'all get that? What does that mean? That means if you got somebody around you that ain't right and we're evenly yoked, he's going to take all that away. He's going to take it away. What he'll do is they'll say something, they'll do something. You say, that's who you are. I see you, Satan. Oh, okay, thank y'all. Thank you for showing me that person away. But the zebra don't change their stripes. They'll shave that hair, but that skin's still the same with them stripes. Go ahead.
Verse 20.
Go ahead.
When ye come together, therefore, into one place, this is not to eat on the day of our Adonai.
Go ahead.
For in eating, everyone takes before other his own supper, and one is hungry and another is drunken.
Because they would have meetings and they would come together, and some of the people would be hungry, and others because they only pick choice people. But the Most High said we're all these people, and He said they come for the rich of this world, or what? The poor of this world, those rich in faith. But they would take choice of who they want to feed, who they want to give wine to. Go ahead.
Verse 22. What? Have ye not houses to eat and to drink in?
Come on.
Or despise ye the congregation of Elohim, and shame them that have not?
Come on.
What shall I say to you? Shall I praise you in this? I praise you not.
No.
For I have received of Yah that which also I have delivered to you, that Yahusha, the same night in which he was betrayed, took the bread.
Because with Passover, when the angel of death came over, at the same time that Yahusha took the bread and he took the wine. You understand? And so we need to understand that he knew that he would be dying for our people. He knew he would be the sacrificial lamb. Okay. So keep going.
Okay. All right. Verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
And when he had given thanks, he broke it, and he said, take, eat. This is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me. Verse 25. After the same manner also he took the cup, and when he had supped, saying, this cup is the renewed covenant in my blood.
Yes.
This do ye as oft as ye drink it in remembrance of me.
All right. So 24 says, when he gave thanks, he said, take and eat. This is of my body. So let's go ahead. That's very good. Wow. Notice still. That's good. All praise. It says also, 26, for after you eat bread and drink this cup, and as you do so, when read.
Verse 25.
A mouthful too.
After the same manner, also he took the cup.
Take the cup, everyone.
When he had supped, saying, this cup is the renewed covenant in my blood. This do ye as oft as ye drink.
And do what? Drink it in remembrance of me. This is why we do this. It's in remembrance of the Most High and his son Yeshua. He's the one who died for us. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Verse 26.
Now go ahead. It says, for after that you eat this, it says, for as often as you eat this bread and drink this cup, you do show Adonai's death till he comes. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of Yahuwah unworthily shall be guilty of the body and the blood of Yahuwah. So I want y'all to understand, Don't come drinking this. Don't eat this bread if you're going to go back to sin. Because what you're going to do is open a portal. Y'all know the demons lose, right? Y'all know that, right? So if you go do this, y'all know the chariots up in the sky right now, right? Not like they coming, they here. They just camouflage, but they here. They're watching everything we do with this refining generation, the 144,000 is picking. So make sure that you're right when you partake of it. Otherwise, you'll be flooded. Not that I think it, I know it from experience, dealing with people in this ministry who've done it, went backwards, and man, they get 7 more demons that come. They're way stronger than the first. 27. It says, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of Yahuwah unworthy shall be guilty of the body and the blood of Yahuwah. 28. It says, but let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. For he that eats and drinks unworthily eats and drinks damnation to himself, not discerning Yahushua's body. He died for us. So when you do it and you go back to sin, it's like spit in his face. And the Most High said, don't do that. Don't do that with my son. Because if you do it, I got something for you, and you're not going to like it. 32. Go ahead, read. I got it. It says, but when you are judged, because I threw it on you. But when you are judged, we're on 30, you say? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, thank you, sir. Go ahead, read. Go ahead.
Verse 30. For this cause, many are weak and sickly among you.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
For this cause,
many are what?
Many are weak and sickly among you.
So there's a lot of people who partake of the wine, and they'll partake of the bread. And then what happens is they become sick and weak. He's telling you that's what happens to you. I want y'all to understand, this is real. Y'all know this, right? This thing is real. Y'all see everything that I've been talking about for 11 years, everything that this prophet's been talking about for 3,000 years, it's all come to fruition. Look where we're at right now. Look how we here loving each other, showing. He said we were going to come back to him. Look at us. I am so ecstatic to see this. But what I don't want to do, I don't want on Judgment Day, when they come, remember he come like a thief in the night. Yeshua said, no man know the time of the day, nor the hour, only the Father in heaven. When he comes, and if you ain't right, man, he said, gonna be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And when they come and they knock on it, my daughter said, Dad, I had a dream. I said, what happened? And she said, I had this vision. And it's like the Most High came down. And when he came down, like every house in the neighborhood was messed up, but our house had a light over. Had a light over. And then the neighbor down there, they had a light over their house. There's only a few homes. Make sure you got a light in your house. Make sure that you don't put that wick out. Make sure you keep that oil in that lamp. Make sure that you are not a walker, not a talker, but a walker. Because too many people, they talk a good game, but as soon as they go out, what the scripture say? They forget their image in the mirror. They forget who they are. And they go back, think, oh, well, most I ain't going to know. Well, I can go do this, and I can go do that. Well, okay. Let's see what the judge. You know, in the old days, he used to wink at ourselves. Y'all see how fast judgment coming now? It comes immediately now. Brothers, they lost 5 friends in 1 month. I've lost 5 brothers and sisters. I'm the oldest. So these are my little brothers and sisters. So listen, I know firsthand that this thing is real. Go ahead.
Verse 30 at the end of it.
Go ahead.
For this cause many are weak and sickly among you, and many sleep.
What does he mean by many sleep? Somebody tell me what that means? You die because you don't listen. And you're doing something you have to listen. Go ahead.
Verse 31. For if we would judge ourselves,
we would do what?
Judge ourselves.
Every day we need to have a self-evaluation. Everything we do. Go ahead.
We should not be judged.
He says a spirit. What does he mean by that? Judge ye not, or you going to be judged when you judge. But a spiritual person judges what? All things. You need to walk in the spirit and judge yourself. Does that make sense? Go ahead.
Verse 32. But when we are judged, we are chastened of Yah, that we should not be condemned with the world.
Read that one more time.
But when we are judged, we are chastened of Yah.
So y'all go through problems with your bills, you go through marital problems, when you go through problems with sickness, when you go through things, you know what you did. You know why it's coming. You know what you said. You know what you looked at there on the computer, you have no business. You know what you did when you were looking at that person and you had nobody to look at with thoughts in you. See, it's not about what you do, it's what you think. It's even deeper now. See, under the carnal law, it's about what you did. Under the spiritual law, it's what you think between the two pillars. This is why I got 12 tribes emblems on one side and 12 on the other. You know what that represents? Crossing over. From one pillar to the other. That's how people crossing over. That's what Greek means. Those who cross over. We want to make sure we are those people. Because I know I don't want to ride the river of fire. I want to ride that river of glass. I don't know about y'all. I want to see those streets of gold that he says so clear that it looks like glass when you look down. That's where I want to be. Oh, praise. Where you at?
That we should not be condemned with the world.
Do we not be condemned with what?
With the world.
Boy, did he not say get out of Babylon, don't do what they do? Or you're going to take on that? Some of our plagues or what? All of them. We got to get out of Babylon. Babylon's a global system. It's everything that they teach you in math, science, literature, the whitewashing, everything they teach you, what they tell you about your history, where you came from, the whitewashing. We got to get out of Babylon when they got Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, and all this social media. And then you get on as a bunch of buffoonery. I have a TikTok channel. I have a spiritual channel. And I can get on there and I might have 3,000 people watching me that night. I used to have 80 or 200, but they shadow banned. But a person who's on there weighing 550 pounds, shaking their teeth and taking out some Jello and put it in a cup and put it in the microwave, they'll get them 2 million views. 2 million. I want y'all to understand the buffoonery that's going on. And they do not want our people to wake up, but they can't stop what's already in motion. They can't stop. Go ahead.
Verse 33. Wherefore, my brethren, when ye come together to eat, tarry one for another. And if any man hunger, let him eat at home, that ye come not together to condemnation, and the rest will I set in order when I come.
All praises to the Most High. All praises. All right, I just want to give you all that. We don't have to go back to 26. We good. Yeah, because I was going to do it break the bread. We good. I think this is at 9 o'clock. Sister Micaiah?
We're close to 10 minutes.
Okay. I'm going to congregate for a few minutes. They told us that, but we know we want here at 9:30.
All praise.
All praise to the Most High.
All praise.
All right. So on that note, I'm sorry. What did you say, Sister Micaiah? Y'all say anything? Hello. Oh, good. Okay, I thought it was 9. Oh, well, I got to put on speed dial. All praise to the Most High. All right. All praise to the Most High. Okay, we got until 10. You want to go with 24, 26? Y'all go ahead and we're gonna. I want to congregate for a little bit. We don't say enough. We do lessons every week.
God. All right, brother, where you at? I didn't take a picture for my vote. I'm gonna take a little bit of this hill. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
Hold on 1 second. Just a quick announcement. Your silverware, somebody's gonna come around and collect it off the table. The actual silverware. The plastic you can throw away. And the wine, there's wine over here too, if anybody wants it.
I'll repeat. The silverware on the table will be collected by someone. The plastic we're not worried about. Also, sister said that we have some wine over here still, if the adults would like to have some. Yes. Yes, we will not be responsible for that. Now, you must conduct yourself accordingly. If you want to eat it, you better eat it now.
Here, hold on, one more thing.
So I'll just do it right here.
Okay, there's leftover lamb. And so if anybody wants seconds, go ahead and eat it. You can't, we're not supposed to have it left over tomorrow, if that makes sense.
Right.
So if you want a second plate, then go ahead and eat it tonight. But after tonight,
Right.
we gotta throw it away.
Okay, good. So if you did not hear that,
They're about to start collecting the dirty plates as well. So if you want your food, just make it be known.
yeah, go ahead, yeah. So if they want the lamb, you got, and lamb has to be eaten tonight. It can't go to tomorrow, okay? So, yeah.
Most high, I know your name now. A higher I feel. Just in the game now. If they come say Carlos, they can lose you. Cause I can read the Bible and find out we real
I was just, go ahead, let's do it.